Hello everyone, welcome back to the Narcissist and Karma channel. This is how to make narcissists realize how weak they are in front of you, did you know? Here, in yet another gripping movie, we examine the things that give narcissists a willies. Get ready for a conversation that will shock your mind and radically imbalance the narcissists' cocoons and puppets. It's wonderful to see you back on the team, and I genuinely value your loyalty. If this is your first time visiting this channel, you are in for a tremendous treat. Introduce yourself and briefly describe your journey in the comments section. If you think our material is interesting, subscribe and press the bell to get updates straight to your inbox. I'm incredibly grateful for it. Right now, let's discuss how to make a narcissist's life as miserable as possible. Remember that the particulars of the situation will determine if these tactics are effective. It's crucial to have a wide range of strategies available to you. Just as essential as what you say is how you say it. If you interact with a narcissist, consider the energy you convey. Keep your composure and maintain a nonchalant demeanor at all times. Use conventional commercial negotiation strategies if you're negotiating with a narcissist. Avoiding sarcasm, disdain, and other crude kinds of humor falls under this category. Don't react to their antics or pay them any attention. The narcissist will appear emotionally aloof, so keep that in mind. Look into everything that seems contradictory or unreasonable. Spend no time fighting them or trying to appease their demands. Remember that emotionally immature children are actually what poisonous adults like narcissists are. They have major emotional issues, are egocentric, and believe they are deserving of special attention. To achieve their goals, they are prepared to take extraordinary measures to enrage, control, and damage others. They will ultimately be successful despite their efforts to embellish the truth, sway public opinion, and rewrite history to support their narratives. If they become extremely angry and determined, they will do anything to exact revenge. Whatever it takes, they'll say or do to get their way. With this knowledge in hand, you can prioritize your health and choose the best course of action for self-care. Narcissists have a distorted idea of what is good and bad because they lack empathy and conscience. They are masters at portraying the victim or the hero, and they will do anything to keep up their mask. Unfortunately, they are rarely held accountable for the harm they inflict because of their distorted thinking. To defend their odd views, they deftly rewrite history and fabricate brand new ones. For the sake of appearances, they lie, distort, and obfuscate the truth while omitting crucial information. Don't approach a narcissist with love and compassion if you want to influence them. Simply because you are kind to them won't cause them to alter their behavior. It won't help if you try to get along with them better or be more tolerant and patient with them. With narcissists, common small chat that would be amusing between two healthy people falls flat. It's time to stop making such futile efforts. What you need is the exact opposite of what you're doing. Although it seems paradoxical, try putting on a serious look, being emotionless, and acting indifferently if you want to avoid catching their interest. Direct and concise spoken announcements end up being the most effective way of communication. I'm sorry, but I'm unable to assist you at this time. These phrases include, "That's not possible," and "not at this time." I will comply with your request. Ignoring their opinions is a surefire method to convey your lack of interest in what they have to say. It is possible to understand the term null on its own. A simple, "I've already answered your questions" will suffice if their ego demands additional inquiry. Where words formerly ruled, they are now silent and impervious to argument. Before implementing this new strategy entirely, some adjusting and exercise may be required. Make statements that are entirely accurate and emotionless to gain confidence. Remember that the ideals of impartiality and balance should guide your communication. You'll notice that tranquility ultimately takes control once you give yourself enough time to get used to the silence. Say no emphatically and then wait a bit to allow the agony to subside. Silence should now take over after you've made your argument very clear. Try to maintain your composure and control. Knowing that all you're doing is passing along information and handling the contact like a business transaction allows you to feel at ease. It's also possible to demonstrate that you're paying attention by saying something as basic as, "I get what you're saying," Let us know that you'll update us or respond right away. Everyone should remain silent when someone makes a straightforward, plain assertion. It can be advantageous when flat comments lack irony. A brief to-the-point remark is followed by complete silence. Using the power of silence is one method for escaping the poisonous ego. Discover the power of silence and how to use it well. Once you become used to how uncomfortable silence can be, it has more power than any collection of words. Particularly when dealing with a self-destructive narcissist, learn to control this energy for your own benefit. Simply put, be clear in your communication, show your independence and free will. Make it known that you only attend the most important meetings. There should never be anyone who can control your life. This is a fundamental and unalterable rule. The stillness that will come after your stern message will crush the narcissist's efforts to attack you. While it's acceptable to say wonderful, bear in mind that it's not always the best choice. If you think it's appropriate, I don't mind if you do it. Without further discussion, let fate take its course. A different strategy to make your case would be to state definitely, no, that scenario will never come to pass. In order to support it, the narcissist begins to lose control once they realize they have no control over you. This is the only surefire way to be totally released from their control. When you decide something and seem as if you don't give a damn about their sentiments, they'll select another person to vent their anger on. The calm in your life is about to arrive. Because of their infamous resilience, narcissists are famously tough to get along with and build a friendly relationship with. They display their finest selves and lavish you with compliments on your positive traits when you are still in the early stages of idealization, when love bombing is most powerful. But as soon as the novelty wears off, they reveal their actual selves. They will naturally disagree with anything you say, you'll notice. The standard narcissist answer is I disagree. You are entitled to a stern reply such as, you couldn't be more mistaken. Your intention is to deceive, and it would be a completely acceptable reaction. The next few words are superfluous. You can politely ask them to restate their claim in order to question their unreasonable and plainly false behavior. Keep your composure and calmly request clarification. They acknowledge it because they keep hammering home the same argument. Keep in mind that your calm, firm boundaries are your most effective tools when interacting with narcissists. Take control of your life and demonstrate your unbreakable will by being steadfast. Consider recent statements made by a narcissist that are blatantly false as proof of their dishonest nature. Say things like, when the truth escapes you, do you even hear yourself speaking? As a confident response, take a moment to reflect on what you just stated. You might get away with it this time, but don't create a precedent. Now there is silence across the space. Due to your pointing out their mistake, they will be forced to face their own folly, which can cause them to experience a sudden sense of self-awareness, and in some cases regret. You offer them the benefit of the doubt and a fair warning that any additional rudeness or dishonesty will result in their removal from the discussion. They are fully aware of what will occur if this keeps happening. Following such advice, narcissists frequently recoil or seclude themselves. The key is to use the fewest words necessary to convey your meaning. Keep your composure and attempt not to lose it. Extreme emotions and outbursts of anger are unnecessary. You are shielded from having to defend or explain your actions by having the option to keep silent. Maintain a cool, composed demeanor at all times. Take a moment to unwind and gather yourself. Simply asking, "Are you okay?" will grab their attention if they are always complaining or defending themselves. Be ready for a bad response. In response, merely say, "Oh," and if you're fine with it, then so be it. Assure them that this won't happen again. They'll understand, so you can stop talking at this time. This lets them know that you're paying attention to how they're acting, which you should definitely detect unless they're absolutely unaware. The message's intended meaning has been delivered. It is commonly known that narcissists are indifferent to other people's feelings and take pleasure in spreading rumors. Despite appearing to be confident, narcissists actually have a lot of anxiety. On the other hand, people who lack confidence frequently have an insatiable curiosity about what they don't know about other people. It's acceptable to respond, "That's none of my concern," when a talk about another person's private or distressing issues arises. The calm that comes from keeping such matters a secret will aid in the concept's consolidation. A narcissist may casually say, "That is intriguing," or "I understand why you might be angry," in response to an aggressive conduct. You must decide what action to take in such a situation. I'm in no way affected by anything you decide to believe or say about the world. After saying something along the lines of "we can talk when you feel better," walk away. You may also try stating something along the lines of "let's end this before it escalates any further," or something like. Additionally, get some distance and go. The talk ends now. That's all there is to it, really. The nice friends and family of the narcissist, who can be as common as flying monkeys, devoted minions, feeble leaders, and intimidated followers, can be difficult to deal with. You will understand exactly who I'm talking about if you've ever been injured by someone who just thinks about themselves. Whenever a narcissist tries to appear compassionate or altruistic, compliment them. It's not about you. It's about my own safety and well-being. In any case, I appreciate it. There is no need to speak further, as there is already full stillness. Instead say, "I don't want to talk about this with you anymore. I've made that clear. My personal space is very essential to me. Kindly respect it." Additionally, phrases like "I'm at a loss for words" or "I prefer a passive approach" have a lot of impact. Declare that you won't talk about that in conversation. Compromise is not an option. Whatever you choose to say, make sure you state it clearly, with no opportunity for misunderstanding, with respect and candor, in a professional, emotionless manner. Narcissists are skilled at determining their boundaries when speaking with you. Even when the stakes are lesser, employ the same methods to project a sense of assurance and self-assurance. Please feel free to leave a comment below, as we'd love to learn about your thoughts and experiences. In order to receive faster notifications anytime we post fresh, thought-provoking videos, subscribe to our channel and click the bell. We value your consideration on these issues.